might be George going on. You get it? Okay.
All right, we're gonna get started. We don't have a forum here yet, but we're gonna call the order meeting of administration and legal affairs. Wednesday, October 8th, 2025 at 5 p.m. 2.0 prayer. Can do that. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for such a beautiful day. We just ask you to help us navigate through this agenda, and we just ask you that we would get a third member here so we have a forum. And we just also want to lift up the farmers and those out working in good weather. That you keep them safe and help have a good harvest. And we just thank you and praise you for all that you do. We love you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
All right. Then we have a form. See how that works?
You literally are an answer to a prayer.
Yeah.
I know.
I was praying.
I
for
get
it.
that a lot,
First-
Stephanie.
You are an answer.
We have a lot of work to do tonight.
We do.
We do. Do I sit here, Adam?
It looks like
that
tonight,
works.
yeah.
Okay.
Pick a spot.
Pick spots.
Pick a spot.
Wide
Any
open
spot.
spots. Wide open.
Hmm.
All right, we are down to 3.0 approval of agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And a second, from Mr. Modero. All those in favor say aye. Aye. So moved. 4.0 approval of meeting minutes from September 10th, 2025. Oh, second that. So, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And 5.0 approval of claims, before me, I have a total of $49,112.65. What's for a pleasure of the community moving forward, okay?
One second.
In a second, thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Okay.
Unanimous. And 6.0 public comments. See anybody else here? Let's go to 7.0 departmental reports, 7.1 county treasurer.
Mr. Chairman, so I'm hoping that you've all had a chance to review the September monthly report that I sent the link out for Sunday night. The bottom line number that I think is most important is that total county funds were down only $50,000 and some change over the previous month. That's in light of a modest tax distribution as well, but I think that's a really good place to be in. The front cover, if you've reviewed it, which lists, the not property tax, sales taxes and income taxes. We were down from last month, but we are up over this time last year by about $45,000. So I did have some concerns earlier about that diminished local use tax, but if you put them all together on balance, we're doing better than holding steady. So not concerned about that, but continuing to monitor that. We had 9 investments that matured in September. If you refer to the brightly colored page 3. Of those 9, across those 9 investments, rather, $39,000 was earned and paid. I have another 23 in place, 23 investments in place as of the end of the month, and I actually placed 3 more this morning. So rates are starting to inch down a little bit. Sure, you sort of expect that after the rate cut. So we're still able to take pretty good advantage of what's there right now. Again, I just refer you to the final page, all the colors on that page, because of, again, the adjustments and reimbursements, which are reflected, those dollars that are still due to multiple county funds from the nursing home. So we did discuss that actually today at our department meeting, so I won't steal Georgia's thunder, but I think there's kind of a misconception, at least among staff, that the problem is solved, and it really isn't. So I will continue to include this information just so that it's kept in front of you, and we don't forget that there's still some work to be done. Does anybody have any questions? What did you see in the report? Right, okay, on to the tax collection side. On Friday will be the 4th property tax distribution. They're going to sending out about $13.3 million, which brings us up to, at the time I initiated the distribution, 82% of what is anticipated for the year has been collected and will be distributed. We're above that now, obviously, since we've taken some collections since then. Next week is 15th is the last day for folks to pay if they wish to avoid publication. That will be in the Village Voices on the 22nd, I believe, that's that Wednesday. And, we're moving along toward the tax sale. I did send out my friendly reminder postcards. There were 2,200 of them. Which, great. When we have over 25,000 parcels, I'm pretty excited about that number. So, and we've had a pretty good response to that. And it's actually helped us update some address records for people who purchased property kind of in a no man's land time zone time period, rather, when our bills were being generated, but they bought or sold a house and it didn't get finalized till months later. So that really actually helps at the end of the year. So, but back to the property tax distribution. So the county will receive 1.623 almost million. 876,000 of that's going to go to the general fund. And I did post some feeds today, so you can go review all the taxing districts if you like. We'll be distributing money again twice in November, simply because of the way the tax sale works. I like to distribute right before it and then at the end of the month after it, because at that time I can also distribute interest that I earn. Just a little extra bonus, and hopefully get some of the districts right up to the extensions that they have hoped to receive. So I believe that's all I have, unless anybody has any questions. Thank you. We will move on to
Thank you, Chairman. Last month I was here as I was at a conference. Conference was great. We had sessions over FOIA, my deck, the Secretary of State about record disposal, body language session, many election sessions regarding petition filing and different things in the smaller counties and the larger counties, and then property fraud alert legislation. And most counties are kind of ahead of the curve. Some conversation at the conference was, since I started, we have three main vendors that we work with on the tax side, the reporting side, and the election side. The only one that we have changed is on the election side, our voter registration system. In 2023, we went out for RFP and we chose a new voter registration system. The one we had is shutting down in the state of Illinois. So a mass alert went out to those customers and it's not going to affect us in Stephenson County. I know one neighboring county is already training with the system that we have, and then two other neighboring counties are looking into the system we have. So it's kind of nice to, that's not an issue for us, and to kind of be a leader in that counties in the state of Illinois are reaching out to us regarding it. So good news for us. I'm unfortunate for some other counties in Illinois. For elections, petition filing will be October 27th. That's the first day. The last day is November 3rd. So the elections are quickly approaching. And for property fraud alert, we talked about legislation. It's ongoing. Nothing's really going through, and hopefully it's being extended a little bit. But the Senior Resource Center, they send people to our office frequently with a little sticky note that says TFA on it for them to sign up for the property fraud alert program that we have. And in October, they are having the Lifestyle Expo, and our office will be participating in that, offering the chance to sign up for property fraud alert, and also advertising a little bit to try to recruit some election judges. Any questions for it?
Sure, yes.
Did you say you had body language training?
It sounds like it wouldn't be helpful, but I think I know I learned a couple things. So kind of like when someone walks in and
Dealing with the public? Is that what it's about?
I mean, dealing with the public, dealing with anyone, like when someone comes into your office, you kind of look at them like this, and they're like facing them straight up.
Gotcha.
It was done by Christopher Carter, so it was a good session.
All right. Well, we'll keep moving here. How about 7.3 supervisor assessments?
In my office, like I said in my report, there are 5 townships that need to, that is their quad year. I have 3 3 and probably a quarter of them done. So, I am ahead of schedule than when I was the first time that I did these way back 4 years ago. So, we should be publishing hopefully, and hoping by the second weekend in November, right before Thanksgiving and stuff like that. My goal is next year, with the help of the extra money in Devon, to actually use the system to what it's supposed to be using and to get even farther ahead of the game. The only other thing that I have, is that, Stephanie has nicely invited me to, participate in her lunch and learn, little seminar tomorrow at the senior center. So we came up with, my office came up with this little flyer that we're gonna distribute. So I brought one as a guide to all the myths, because we all know that someone gets the one bad piece of information and they run with it. I had a conversation with Rick. He's one of the people that works there, and he is going to keep some of these at the senior center, since we don't have a newspaper. They used to do the Rolling Stone, things like that. So for us to get the information out, it's not quite as easily. And we're all very aware that we are a very electronic world. But I know my parents, they're learning, and they learn what we do, but to go out and find other information, they still like the paper stuff. So I will give this to you, you guys can sort of pass it around and whatever. And if anybody has any other ideas of where we can leave them or distribute them, I'm open to any of that, because obviously the more information we get out to people, the better off all of us are.
Good. So that. And you gotta sign it too. So.
Okay. Oh, it is gonna be good.
That's all I have. I'm trying to, obviously Stephanie's finishing up the tab cycle. I get to start it all over again.
Good. Let's move on to 7.4, county administrators.
Finished up the EMA director contract that was approved through committee last night. And presented to Mr. Stephenson this morning. That will go before the board next week. Wally ordered 3 trees to be delivered to Black Hawk Park out in Kent. Last year there was a tree that fell that took out a couple of the newly planted trees. So he was able to get those replaced, and those should be installed this week. There was a land bank meeting on the 24th. As of September 1st, all of the past due vendor communications have been turned over to me from the nursing center. So not only those wonderful emails that I let you guys all know, all of the phone calls and correspondence and everything is now falling on me. So it's a number a day, but it is what it is. So been taking those on. Kind of talked about this. Our broker for our health and liability will be at finance on Friday, presenting the information we have up to this point about renewals for the county on both of those. There has been a couple of departments that have had a number of FOIA requests lately. So thanks to those departments that are helping me gather the information being requested. I know Nate's been asked for some things, and the other departments have been been asked for information.
Greater Freeport Partnership, the last board meeting was on the 24th. There's been a number of ribbon cuttings the last couple of weeks. The only one I've been able to attend was on the 3rd. Empower Health, which is the company that does our annual wellness screenings for employees, had a webinar with them last week, and we discussed that this morning in our department head meeting. As part of the wellness contract next year, they're presenting a kind of like a step challenge to. One of the things that's been identified is a lack of activity with our employees. So there's a add-on service that is pretty nominal compared to what it would be for all of our employees that would want to take part. So when they send the contracts next year for the wellness screenings, they're gonna send both options. It seemed to be pretty positive feedback this morning, I thought, about participation with that, so that will be something to look forward to next year. Regional ILCMA meeting was in Freeport last week. Also had a set in on a conference call with TrueComp. They wanted to offer some software that they do, and after learning more about it, I don't think it's something I would bring to the board solely because they do comparables and things with counties, and I think UCCI does a great job of gathering that information and bringing it forward. So we're still working with Freeport Nursing LLC on the completing the audit information. They were supposed to have that to us, I think, tonight, tomorrow night. I'm sorry, today's Wednesday. Hopefully so that we can get it to the auditors. The auditors have agreed that if we can get all of that to them by tomorrow, they can work on getting the audit hopefully wrapped up by the end of this month, which will be some deadlines. So that is priority for tomorrow. Yeah. And only other thing I have is today marks 7 years that I've been an administrator. So
Happy anniversary.
thanks.
I'm sure there's a.
That's all.
What's going on here? Questions? All good? Okay. There you go. How about 7.5 IT manager?
I do have a report that I forgot to send out, so I will send that out and get that to you, after this meeting. The list is still the list. We still have the phone project going. The Central Square 911 project did go live since our last meeting. And it is up and working, but with the testing and stuff, there are different obstacles that come up that we have to address as they come up. And so far, it's up and operational. We still have ST coil. We haven't forgot about the 5th floor there. We got the server. We're testing it. We've done a restore. What we're trying to do is make sure that it's seamless with all the vendors, because there's a lot of vendors that connect to those servers, and we want to make sure everything works. So we're in testing stages. Mike's been involved as well. So we just want to make sure that once we get that plugged in, that we don't have a lot of downtime or issues once it gets in. So we're just doing some extra careful testing with that before we put it in. And then the other projects such as phones, health department servers and stuff, I've got to get in touch with Arrow to figure out what the timeline is on that, because the health department servers are currently housed at the NOC of Arrow. So and I've thought about moving them back, but I also think it's good to have different servers in different places, just in case. So there's nothing wrong with it being housed there. But we're in the process of getting those. Well, trying to think if I'm forgetting anything. We still have some Windows 10 computers that are out there. Those departments have been notified. We've reached out numerous times stating that there may need to be some upgrades there as far as computers that we can't upgrade. I believe that date is October 15th or so. There's really no major ramification if we go past the 15th, but we want to get those replaced as soon as possible. So, other than that, Tennessee was great. Vacation came at just the right time. I needed a little bit of a break. But just before we left, our condo went through, and I scheduled the closing the first day we were back, and we went right into moving. So it's been a little hectic. But we'll start to get some of these projects closed and off the books, here as we go. I knew what I forgot, the nursing center. We're almost completely done with that transition. We had transitioned them and then they asked us to put them back because they weren't prepared on their end or ready. I have since gotten notification that we are good to go. So I've got all their licensing off of our email. Their stuff's still being forwarded to their new addresses. But they're not costing us a license. So moving forward, we'll have a cost savings there. CrowdStrike's a little more difficult because we have the state, we went with the state program. That don't give me the same freedoms as an admin as it used to. So I had to contact them to put all the nursing center into a special group so I could even remove that from their computers. So we're in the process of doing that, but there's a few computers I've asked to be turned on out there that I have not been able to access yet. So as soon as that's done, I'm hoping by the end of this week, that chapter will be closed as far as the IT standpoint goes, and then we can move forward with some of the other stuff. So does anybody have any questions?
Did you call from Tennessee?
I did. We won't talk about it. It was beautiful seeing it. It was a tough course.
They all are, right?
So
Okay. Keep going here, 7.6, from strategic planning. Okay. All right, let's go to 8.0 old business, 8.1 review and approval of proposed fiscal year 26 budgets. Personal health is the supervisor of assessment budgets. Somewhere.
Chief Sumner. Good copies now.
I
I have
myself.
physical copies.
I don't know, just,
It's, can you click on the link or
I can't even find where anything is, so.
do you have the agenda?
No, I can't find that, I can't find that email either.
Okay, well, I have one copy.
I got one.
Oh, you see.
Oh,
Is that?
oh, thank you. Thank you, Ben. Okay, so this looks good, okay. Okay, there were questions on this one that we had about the percentages of increases.
Correct. But even with the percentage of the increase for my employees, my overall budget is still below. And then I did have 3 interviews for the current job. And after the interviews, 2 of them said that they could not
Take that.
take it because they couldn't make it financially. So
Okay.
that's where I'm
so-
at. Unfortunately, this has been years in the making of where some of my employees were behind, and I understand that other people.
Okay, so from what I understand from Chairman Fox is that percentages count, percentages are important. Is there any way that we can just keep it a COLA plus a bonus? Or an increase that would get them to where they are, but not increasing it by a percentage?
The easy answer is no.
Okay,
This is really a discussion for when we are reviewing and approving the budget policy, not at budget time. I'm not saying you shouldn't be asking questions, and I'm not saying department heads shouldn't be asking for more. But we go through this every year. It's the same old thing, and we understand that we don't pay as much as the private sector, but we are not the private sector. It's just that simple.
all right,
We offer benefits and all of that goes into it, but at the end of the day, most people look at what's being deposited into their bank account. Not necessarily the value of IMRF or health insurance
right,
or any of that,
only old people do.
but to suggest a bonus program, while
I know.
it makes sense, that again would be a discussion in April and May,
Okay.
June. That we as a board are deciding a 4% COLA, however. You know, and I'm very much opposed to just cost of living increases. I think they should be based on performance.
I do too.
Something that can be measured, but you could implement that sort of plan, a bonus program.
Mhm.
And then have a funding mechanism
Mhm.
designated for that. And move forward and give the department heads the opportunity to
Stick with
utilize
the thing.
something.
Especially for the long-term employees, because I think that's what's getting hurt, because there were many years prior to this that we didn't get a cost of living. So the people that are being hired now are getting hired at a way higher rate. Like there's people on our floor that have been there half as less as one of my old-time employees, and I would be in the same boat if I wasn't in charge, because those people got hired at a higher rate, and she's just been very loyal. And there were quite a few years that the board didn't or couldn't give a COLA or whatever, or there for a while we were getting 2 and 1 instead of now they're 4. But when you start with $8 and you start at 17, then to bring it up, it just doesn't
Well,
add up.
and part of, and I'm not aware of the board that's giving out full increases. It could very well be that they've given them out every year I've been here since 2016. But
There were a few years when I
It
first
happened
started.
the
so-
state of Illinois implemented the new minimum wage, and that's what
Right.
really kicked all of this.
I agree.
So prior to, and I don't remember what year it was, but I think it was last year when the $15 was the last uptick. But it was $9 prior
Yes.
to that, so,
Mhm.
yeah, I get it's not fair, and it's,
I have a question. Are all of your employees making minimum wage?
well, they have to.
They have to.
Mhm.
Okay, just make
Just.
sure.
Mhm. But I had to raise the one that's been there for 20 years, the 6% in a couple of times in order to hire the person that I did a couple of years ago to get her at minimum wage. That's how below it is. So if you wanted to add the bonus thing, that's fine, but then sort of, I know you want new people to come on, but there might be something set up for the people that have been here for a long time, because you can't,
Right, well, maybe next
Replace.
spring we could talk about, performance reviews, the performance increases, and instead of doing the COLA and giving bonuses to bring the people up. So that, because if the union looks at that, the union's gonna say, well, there was a 6%, there's a 7%. We want that. Or more. That's why I've been very conscientious in both my committees about this, because I don't want the union to come back and say, well, if you're giving this out, I want this, at least this.
Yeah.
It'll break us.
Yeah, the wage increases even at 4% aren't sustainable. I
No.
can tell you that right now. It's
Who
not
agreed on that?
sustainable.
Was I supposed to be there? Did I have that?
That was in budget policy.
The revenues are not matching.
I mean, I work for an agency of the state, our max is 3. And it's all performance based.
Yeah.
So you could end up with a 1%, up to a 3%.
Especially for our performance base.
Yeah.
We've got a huge hole from the nursing home that we've got to figure out.
Right,
I totally understand the situation, with 4% is a good increase. That's more than a lot of the ones that I've seen lately. Just personally,
right.
so,
It's very generous.
I do think you want to keep your first and second command in good shape, after that, because you lose one of those two, then you got a little backfill there.
I mean, we're gonna have to approve this tonight.
We are, so we're we're having a conversation before making a motion here, but so yes.
So there's really nothing we can do this year.
So we'll give it,
But it can be the inspiration for a plan
For
for
next year,
starting tomorrow.
yes,
yeah.
Yeah.
As you've noticed, these things don't turn on a dime.
Right,
This is how this happens.
right. And I think last year we talked about this situation and we tried to figure we slowly bump up until we got there, but again, I think if you looked at the supplemental request and the current overall budget, it was
we just don't have
almost
the
$2
money.
million hole out there at the nursing home. We got some serious talking to do at finance committee.
And we don't wanna raise the taxes on our taxpayers.
Well, can't, we're pretty much tax, yeah,
I
right?
got to go for referendum.
That goes forever.
And I don't know if Georgia mentioned this or not, but we do have health insurance increased premiums. Did you mention that?
That Karen would be
So
presenting.
it's over 15%. Which is good, actually. I was expecting closer to 20 from what we experienced last year.
Still,
But that's,
more
again,
expensive.
Ours are going up 30.
that's a huge expense that's gotta be covered, has to be covered. So when we consider this.
And I've got a feeling there's gonna be some other requests from mental health, veterans, all that others, they're gonna be asking for a huge, our bumps, big bumps come finance, so. Yeah, I think we're kind of stuck, so I'm gonna make a motion, turn the phones off. And I will make a motion that we keep the 4% cap on all three of these. I don't know what else to do.
Hold on. You give the 4% cap,
So
so,
the 4 plus 2, I just, I understand the situation, but I'm.
Can we
Gotta
do it,
control costs.
take the 2% from GIS and leave the others in the assessments since my
Just-
budget's
I
below?
just made a motion to 4% across the board. So,
Second, that's what you're looking for.
now we can discuss it.
yeah.
Whoops. Okay, Mike, you said that he does a lot of things with IT. Is there any way we can get some of that money from IT then to cover some of his salary?
I don't know how that works.
We're looking through the budget,
Yeah,
so.
I'm always too late to the party.
Didn't really have any extra in there, did you? I don't know, I don't recall any extra in there.
I was gonna say his salary is in the GIS fund, not the general fund.
Oh, okay,
So
so that's paid by,
his fund is, fees.
by what?
Is that your recording fees, Josh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
From every document,
Oh,
about
okay.
$39
So
goes
that-
to that
yeah.
fund.
okay,
It's very well funded
okay.
from reporting that.
So he's funded 100% out of GIS.
Yes.
Okay. That's still a high though percentage bump though. Even if we're looking at percentages again. But we're gonna have to just approve this and start tomorrow. With going back and revamping everything for all the departments. You up for that, Adam? I'm going to Portugal tomorrow, but you know,
What?
you can work on it.
Move it in.
I can get a confirmation on that.
That is the job.
Yeah, I know.
We're currently talking about the.
Okay, so
Supervisor assessment.
there's a second,
Yeah, 4%. Should be.
do we vote?
We will if there's everyone discussion. We only have 3 steps. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Right, it's unanimous. All right, let's talk about GIS. It's the next area. For that one. That one is also submitted as a 4% with an additional 2%. Hope you guys have this somewhere, as well. So this one says he does many more duties than just GIS. He does floor floor, tenth floor, and it's starting to. So I guess the question I've got, Nate, how much have you utilized this person?
He helps out with a lot of the DevNet, all the county clerk programs and the assessor programs, because he has a vast knowledge of that stuff, so he has been very helpful on that front, and he did all the Windows 11 updates on the book.
Okay. All right. Thank you. It's the pleasure of the committee.
And we're looking,
We're looking at the GIS.
right, I got the GIS.
I got this sold now.
Oh, I don't have that.
Breaks it out a little bit.
So,
Want to see this?
yeah, the technician, that's Mike, right?
Okay, I want it's on the third line.
Thanks. Okay. Yep. Additional 2.
Like go for something. So in the for the GIS budget, that's where the health insurance,
Everything related to that employee comes from GIS budget, nowhere else.
So-
Except for the employer portions of IMRF and Social Security.
Right, well, it's in my line, so I know if they approved it, then that's approved, the other thing. The health insurance is approved separately and then just added into that budget line, is that what it is?
Everybody's will have to go put theirs in once we know the rates.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if everybody's gonna be doing that individually or not, I'm not quite sure how we're approaching.
Just trying to figure out how.
There's a very healthy balance.
Okay.
So this is on top of the COLA, and we're just looking at the GIS.
Yes, we just, that's the budget we're working on right now.
Okay, not circuit clerk, states we don't have anything to, okay. Just the GIS.
This whole thing.
I make a motion to
This whole bunch.
approve the GIS budget at 4%.
For that raise,
Yeah,
so I'm clarifying for that.
no additional 2%, just the regular 4% COLA. Which is what we're doing with everybody else,
I just want to clarify.
unless, Nate wants to throw some cash at it.
Oh no, when I became money based,
Well, you mentioned stuff that you didn't look through, I'm like, wait a minute.
Alright, so you made a motion
Yes,
for the current budget, that way would be at 4%. I'll second that. Okay. Further discussion? And again, I totally get the situation, but we've got all these other things, we've got this big $2 million hole, we gotta figure out what we're doing with here, so. I'm hanging in there for another year with this, so. Alright, anybody else have any more comments? No, alright, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Alright, thank you. Alright, moving on. 9.0 new business, 9.1 approval of amendment to resolution 25-08, 138, resolution establishing the holiday calendars for 2016. Comment on that, we missed a couple things, right? On that previous
calendar,
calendar. that we
yeah,
did.
first of all, you gave them a Sunday off. What was the one in April, the spring holiday? It was like April 18th or something.
And,
Is that what we're talking about?
well, if you see the resolution, it's got the days listed. there.
Okay, what's the April date for a spring holiday?
Third,
the
That's
third.
Good Friday.
Okay. Because the one we saw at the last meeting.
Well, they could have something.
Am I allowed to interject in this portion?
You may.
Okay, I will say that this has been a thing of discussion and I really got out of politics because I didn't like to argue or debate anymore or whatnot. I don't know where this got left in the board meeting that we addressed it, because as of right now, this resolution here, I notice only has one President's Day in February. But does the court still get 2 days off in February? And this is just what we're operating off of?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about fairness and things that, we can't do financially or whatnot, but I just don't know how we can give half the county, and I get that a judge signed something to give them an extra day off. But I don't know how you guys are gonna run into an issue at some point with half the county getting a full extra day off than the rest of the county, if that makes sense. If we're talking about fairness, I get a judge signing an extra day, but I just don't know how we just don't make that the same across the board. Because the people over here, and this was even prior to me, they give up a day in February to have Christmas Eve. And now the people that didn't give a day up, I get that it was a judge signed order and it's nothing that they did, but now they benefit from a whole extra day than what the rest of the county got. And if they're taking President's Day off still, plus another holiday next February, there's still gonna be a day ahead in that. And personally, if you guys say we have to work it and it doesn't matter, that's fine, I'll be here. Like, but I'm saying I don't understand how we can do so much of the county with an extra day, so much of the county doesn't get that day. That's the part I'm having trouble understanding. That's all I have to add, Jeff.
Can I interject?
Sure,
So
sure.
the resolution that I have for the amendment is to add the election date. In 2022, the initial holiday calendar that was set did not have election day. And then it was, I don't think it went through the committee, it went to the county board and they amended it to add the election day. And that's what I am proposing in this amendment. I will be working on election day by longest day, which is fine, and that's my
Well,
job.
and your whole staff will be working.
And my whole staff, which is fine. But I think, as far as my office on the fifth floor, it would be nice to have that closed, so we're not doing birth certificates, recording documents, and I can allocate my staff to focus on elections. I think that would also help the rest of the fifth floor. We can't say just the county clerk's office is closed. With this amendment, it would make the holidays fair for the administration side, I believe, and the court side, because the courthouse, I believe, is open on November 3rd, 2026. 2025, they're gonna get an extra holiday. We can't really, I don't know if we can address that. That would be up to you guys, but this amendment, I think, makes it fair and it also helps for our office during election day.
So they're actually just open that day. It won't be.
Correct.
So there's a.
There's your trip.
Sorry, okay.
Can I ask about the spring holiday day?
It's called Good Friday.
Oh, it is, because the one we had at the other one
It
said
could
spring.
possibly be for the courts, but that is set by the judicial. It's not set by them here in Stevenson County. This
chief judge.
calendar, yes, this calendar is set by Stevenson County.
Okay.
The county board, and it says Good Friday.
Because we were looking at something that said spring holiday, I'm like, it should never be called spring holiday.
So that would be the judges, the circuit judge, who
Okay.
sets the court schedule.
Yeah, I think it's Jacqueline Haggard that's actually on this one.
Yes.
Okay. Because that's not right. It's Good Friday. You got Good Friday. I mean, if we're looking to like try to, I guess, with election day, that balances it
I think
out.
Makes it fair, so I'm gonna make a motion to approve this as is.
Okay, I'll second that.
Further discussion. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Agenda here. All right, then we have these. To me, Carol. Well, did I miss anything here?
I'm sure we did.
We
We do
try
every
to be a
year.
little proactive. We send it around at the department head meeting.
Yeah.
Sometimes department
Okay.
heads locate a issue
They see
after we
something.
approve it.
Right.
So I'm sure we will have to, but we try to be proactive in
Yes.
avoiding it.
Yeah, just looking at it, seems like we've got it. Hopefully we've got it.
We recommend everyone take a look at the November,
Yeah.
December month.
Yeah, that's a.
Okay, let's see. Okay, finally found it.
Yeah.
Says it every day.
Yeah.
November, there's like four holidays, 2 meetings, 15-day labor.
Got the election day, Veterans
I
Day.
keep, I'm getting all this
Thanksgiving.
stuff from Shud, I just
Gotta get
not
10 days
finding
off.
it.
For December.
Thank you.
That's November, December.
Well, I don't know if this is gonna work with my schedule.
I don't know if this is the second time or the third time, it's gotta be the charm, right? So.
This is the first time,
First
twenty twenty-six.
2026, yeah.
Okay. That's just teasing here.
All right.
It looks good, I think.
Uh-huh.
We missed all the holidays here. So we got,
Things that I know to look for, it looks like we're covered. But
is there a school holiday we're not?
always
Seeing here?
something.
Okay, the days are going on here. Oh, 2026. Sorry, I was looking at 2025. Like, wait a minute.
Not doing that.
Okay, so, sorry.
Okay.
Admin court, so yeah, fine. Oh, because the right claimed about public property. I'm on public property, right, yes. And then the county board presentation on the 10th, budget approval on the 25th. God, you guys love to do that right before Thanksgiving.
Kind of have to.
So many
I
laws.
know.
And the the 10
Another county board reorganization. Another county board, 17.
Otherwise, you're gonna start the budget process this way. Oh, I know.
1, 2, 3 nights in a row, you'll see me in December of 26th. Maybe. It happens every. Okay, yeah, I think I'm fine with that.
All right. Wait, I can make a motion to approve, and thank you, sir.
I will second.
And a second. All right, all those in favor say aye. Okay, so moves. All right, we are down to 10.0 comments from the committee members. Yes, sir.
I just want to say, having you getting out there, informing people about the taxes still, I think, we've talked about different ways of getting out there and I'm sure by the time everyone knows, you will have the whole thing memorized. But, repetition. That's the only way to stop some of the headaches we've had to deal with. So that's great.
Yeah, and good job getting that flyer put together, so that I hand out.
And
We're specifically targeting, we're tailoring our presentation to this particular audience, so, yeah.
and how often do you deposit those checks?
Deposit,
Tax checks?
you mean when someone makes a payment?
Mhm.
We deposit every day.
Did you have a bank yet?
Don't know what to tell you, but I'll go look and see.
It's got a page, yeah.
Did you?
No.
I did not write to the wrong level.
He
No.
came to see us. I'll look at it.
Yeah, because I keep looking, I'm looking at the wrong calendar.
You thought it went into my budget.
Is that a bond IT? Because,
All right, any other comments? Otherwise, I'll move it on. All right,
moving on.
1.0 adjournment. What do you want?
Oh, I make a motion to adjourn.
A second. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So moved. All right, thank you, everybody.
Didn't mean to do that out loud. It was.
Should I
Thank
be
you.
concerned if my clock is off?